I've got something small to show if we want to take a look for moving forward. So one of the asks that we had was to bring more attention to our ability to chat across collections within a thread itself. So let me just share my screen here. So one of the things we've been able to do, obviously, within the prompt bar itself is reference a particular collection. But when we were actually seeing these collections referenced within the titles, they were links and they didn't look like the tags that you created within the prompt bar itself. So we've now got a situation where both the response or the title of the response that you see, your prompt that you submitted, is going to look far more similar to what you actually put in the prompt bar. Secondly, again, these were links taking you out of chat into a given collection's homepage, if you want to call it that, or its dashboard. I've changed that behavior so it actually brings out the asset drawer on the right-hand side and shows you what assets are available within that given collection. So you can see here, I'm looking purely at what's in the personal collection, or I can click on testing and I can see exclusively what's in the testing collection. Yeah. And obviously if I had more collections that were siblings, if that makes sense, as opposed to being children, I would be able to look across collections and actually see the assets that are actually in the scope of my prompt. So just a very small change. It did actually have some interesting challenges because I think this is the first time within the context of a thread, if you want to call it that, we're actually looking outside of the collection where that chat has been housed. So there was some interesting things going on there, but and I'll just switch over to light mode just so you can see. So there's new colors being kind of introduced. I've increased the contrast ratios and a few other things. And yeah, so there we go. Tags within the prompt titles. Thank you. Any questions or anybody want to ask?
I have a question.
Please.
Is it good that we're dropping the hashtag because it's ugly, or should we keep the hashtag because it informs users that that's how they're being tagged in general?
I went back and forth on that, Andy, and after kind of playing around and looking at the different states, I decided to kind of drop the tag for the call to actions, if you want to call them that, within the titles themselves. I have made sure it's introduced elsewhere, so it's just purely for that visual representation of the tag that I've dropped a little hash or pound symbol.